Hey there, mathematicians. It's Miss Johnson, and today we are going to be looking at converting measurement word problems, and we're going to solve them using proportions. Okay, so let's go ahead and take a look at the first one. It says Janie has an empty 750 milliliter water bottle she takes when hiking. If she fills it 3 times and drinks all the water, how many liters of water does she drink? Okay, so this is a multi-step question. One, hopefully you noticed that it says 750 milliliters, but then it says how many liters of water does she drink. So we're going to have to change the milliliters to liters. But it also says that she fills it 3 times and drinks all the water. Okay, so we have to do something with that as well. All right, let's do that first, right? So she's got 3 bottles of water, right? 1, 2, 3. And each time it's got 750 milliliters. So what would we do to figure out how many milliliters of water she drank? Yeah, 750 is repeated 3 times. You could either add it 3 times or multiply it by 3. Okay, so it's 2,250 milliliters. Now we need to change that to liters. So what we're going to do is we're going to set up a proportion and we're going to compare milliliters to liters. Now you would look at your mathematics chart, your reference chart, to see what that relationship is. And there's 1,000 milliliters in 1 liter. That's the relationship that we know, right? And then what we want to find out about is 2,250 milliliters. So it's milliliters that we know. So that's going to go at the top. And then we don't know how many liters that is. Okay? So we're going to go ahead and cross multiply. So we're going to have 1,000 x. So we're going to cross multiply, right? We multiply the diagonals. So we have 1,000 x equal to 2,250 times 1. So 1,000 x, 2,250 times 1 is just 2,250. So 1,000 times something times x is going to give us 2,250. Well, I don't know what that is, so I'm going to have to divide. So I'm going to divide both sides by 1,000. And this will become 1x equal to, and I'm going to have to divide that. So I'm going to go to the side. Okay, so 1,000 can't go into 2. 1,000 can't go into 22. 1,000 can't go into 225. 1,000 can go into 2,250 though. It goes twice. So 2 times 1,000 is 2,000. Subtract, get 250. Okay, so when I look at my answer choices, I notice that they're decimal answer choices, right? So that means I'm not going to make it a fraction. I'm going to add a decimal and a 0. I'm going to go ahead and bring my decimal up. Bring down the 0. So 1,000 is going to go to 2,500. It's going to go 2 times. 2 times 1,000 is 2,000. Subtract, we get 500. Bring down a 0. And 1,000 goes into 5,000 5 times. So x is going to be 2.25 liters, which is C. Okay, so we use that proportion to help us solve that. All right, let's look at number 2. So number 2 says Susan collected 560 milliliters of rainwater on Saturday. She collected 3.5 liters of rainwater on Sunday. How many total milliliters of rain did Susan collect on Saturday and Sunday? Okay, so what are some things that you noticed? Well, hopefully you noticed that it says how many total milliliters of rain. So we know when we're finding a total, we're either going to add or we're going to multiply, depending on what they give us, right? If something repeats the same over and over again, that's multiply. But if it doesn't repeat, then it's add. Something doesn't repeat, okay? So she's got 3.5 liters on Sunday. and 560 milliliters on Saturday. So what do you notice about what she collected on Saturday and what she collected on Sunday? Well, hopefully you notice that one says milliliters and the other says liters. So that means we're going to have to convert one. Well, what do we convert it to? Well, what does our question ask us for? Our question asks us for milliliters. So that means we need to change the liters to milliliters. Okay, so that's what we're going to do first, because we can't find the total until they're in the same unit, and they're not in the same unit, so we have to switch it. All right, so again, our ratio will be milliliters to liters. You would look at your chart to see what that relationship is. There's 1,000 milliliters in 1 liter. And then we have 3.5 liters that we're trying to figure out about. So the 3.5 liters goes at the bottom. And I don't know how many liters that is. Okay, so if we cross multiply, 1x equals 1,000 times 3.5. And 1x is just x. So we have to multiply 1,000 times 3.5. Now I'm going to put 3.5 at the top, and I'm putting 1,000 at the bottom because, I don't know if you knew this or not, if you have zeros in your number, you can just bring them down, bring them straight down, and then start multiplying by whatever your first non-zero number is. Okay, so just bring those 3 zeros down, and then I'm going to start multiplying by the 1. 1 times 5 is 5, and 1 times 3 is 3. I do have a decimal. We do have a decimal, so we have one place value behind the decimal, so we move our decimal point one place over. So our x is 3,500 milliliters. And that's for what? That is not over there. Do you see that? If they were smart, they would have put that over there, because that's our first step, but that's not the answer. What is that the answer to? That's how many what? Milliliters are on Sunday. That's right, on Sunday. But they didn't ask us just for Sunday. They asked us for Saturday and Sunday. So that means we have to add what we had on Sunday, 3,500. We're going to add it to Saturday, which was 560 milliliters. And we add that up. 4,060 milliliters, which is B. All right, number 3. A 2-gallon container is 3/4 full. How many ounces are needed to fill it all the way? How many ounces are needed to fill it all the way? Okay, so let's kind of draw a little picture of this, right? Here's 2 gallons. So this is 2 gallons, but it's not what? It's not full, is it? It's only what? That's right, it's only 3/4. So, actually, let's make that a little bit more dramatically different color. So that means we need to take this and break it into 4 pieces. So it's 3/4 full. So this is full. This has stuff in it. This has stuff in it. And the top part doesn't. It says how many, and this should probably say fluid ounces, are needed to fill it all the way. So we just need this part right here, right? We just need that part right there. So we need 1/4 of the 2 gallons. Because if this is 3/4, right, then this is just 1/4. So how many fluid ounces are in there? All right, so on your chart, it's going to tell you that 1 gallon is 128 fluid ounces. So 1 gallon is 128 fluid ounces. So 2 gallons, we can multiply by 2, or we could just add it, right? Would be 256 fluid ounces. And we need 1/4 of that. So how do we do that? Yeah, we can just divide by 4. So 256 divided by 4. 4 can't go into 2. 4 can go into 25 6 times. 6 times 4 is 24. And then 4 goes into 16 4 times. So 64. So we need 64 fluid ounces. Remember, when you bubble, 64 is a whole. So it needs to go in front of the decimal, right? This is the ones place. This is the tens place. This is the ones place. This is the tens place. You have to put it in the right place value. Okay? You don't have to do the plus sign, but you can if you want. And you can put the zeros behind too if you want. But you don't have to. All right, number 4. Terrence walked 9,204 feet to the nearest store. What distance did he walk in yards? Okay, so look at your chart. The first thing you're doing is you're looking at the relationship between the feet and the what? Yards. Okay, so what does it tell you about feet and yards? Yep, there's 3 feet in every yard. Okay, so the 3 goes at the top with the feet and the 1 goes at the bottom with the yard. And then where does the 9,204 go? Yep, it's feet, so it goes at the top with the feet, and I don't know how many yards that is. Okay, so let's cross multiply. So 3x is going to equal 9,204 times 1. So 3x, 9,204 times 1 is just 9,204. So 3 times something gives me 9,204. I don't know what it is, so I'm going to divide. 3 divided by 3 is just going to give me x. And then 9,204 divided by 3. Okay, so 3 cannot go into 2. We brought down the 2, right? 9 minus 9 is 0. We brought down the 2. So how many 3's can we get out of 2? 0. So a 0 has to go at the top. Remember, whenever you're dividing, if you bring a number down, you have to put a value on top. Okay? So 3 goes into 2 0 times. 0 times 3 is 0. Subtract, we get 2. Bring down that 0. So 3 goes into 26 times. 6 times 3 is 18. Subtract, we get 2. Bring down a 4. And then 3 goes into 24 8 times. And 0. So x will be 3,068 yards, which is D. All right, number 5. Number 5 says, Terry combined a gallon of cranberry juice. I might forget that that's there. So, gallon of cranberry juice, a quart of apple juice, 46 ounces of ginger ale, and 8 ounces of pineapple to make punch. How many 6-ounce servings did she make? Again, these would be fluid ounces. They don't always say fluid ounces when it's with liquid, but it's fluid ounces. They're not talking about weight here. All right, so we need to figure out how many 6 fluid ounce servings she made, right? So that means everything needs to go to ounces. Everything needs to go to ounces. So a gallon, so 1 gallon, if you look on your chart, what does it say 1 gallon equals how many fluid ounces? Yep, 128 fluid ounces. Good. A quart, I don't think it says on there, so we're gonna have to figure it out. Okay, so with our quart, 1 quart is how many pints? It says on your chart. So 1 quart is 2 pints, and then 2 pints is, no, not 2 pints, Miss Johnson. Let me erase this. 1 pint is 2 cups, and 1 cup is 8 fluid ounces. Okay, so that's what we have to use to figure out how many fluid ounces there is in a quart. Okay, so 1 quart's 2 pints, and 1 pint has 2 cups in it, so 2 times 2 is 4. So 1 quart has 4 cups, and then in each cup is 8 fluid ounces. So 4 times 8 is 32. So 1 quart is 32 fluid ounces. Okay, so over here we did 2 times 2 is 4 cups, and then 4 cups times 8 fluid ounces is 32 fluid ounces. And then the ginger ale is 46 fluid ounces, and then 8 fluid ounces of pineapple juice. Okay, so we're going to have to add all that together to figure out how many total fluid ounces we have. Then we can figure out how many 6-ounce servings you can make. Okay, so 8, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24. Carry my 2. 7 and 4 is 11. So 214 fluid ounces. Okay, so how many 6 fluid ounce servings can she make? So we want to take that 214 and divide it into 6-ounce servings. Okay, so we want to see how many she can make. So we're going to break that up into 6 ounces. So 6 can't go into 2. 6 can go into 21. 6, 12, 18, 3 times. 6, 12, 18, yep, 3 times. Subtract, we get 3. Bring down the 4. 6 times 6 is 36. That's too big, so 6 times 5 is 30. And we have 4 left over. But if you look at your answers, well, this would be 4/6, but that's not going to give us a whole one. So it should be 35, which is not an answer choice. So that means Miss Johnson did something wrong. So let's check the adding first. So let's check to make sure we have everything. Okay, so first we had a gallon of cranberry juice. That's here. Then we had apple juice. That's here. Then we had ginger ale. And then we had pineapple juice. Okay, so let's make sure we added it right. 10, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24. That's 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. Carry the 1, that's 2. Okay, so that's right. I definitely added that right. All right, so let's look over here. Let's make sure we did this right. 1 quart has 2 pints. 1 pint has 2 cups. 1 cup has 8 fluid ounces. 2 times 2 is 4. 8 times 4 is 32. So I don't know what happened. Let me make sure I got pretty sure I got all my measurements right. Pretty sure I did. One second, and check this real fast. So 1 quart is 2 pints, 1 pint is 2 cups. Yep, so I got all that right. So I guess there's just not an answer. I guess the answer is just not there because, yeah, we did all this right. That's 32, 46, to add it one more time. So 10, 16, 14, yep. 24, yeah. So I guess just the answer's not there. So I guess there was just a mistake in the answer. So the answer would be, how many 6-ounce servings can she make? She can make 35 6-ounce servings. So sorry about the answer not being there, guys. I don't know what happened with that. We just don't worry about the 4 because it's not a full serving. The question's asking us how many 6 fluid ounce servings can she make. She can only make 35. The leftover would just be, she wouldn't be able to fill up another one. All right, so now I want you to try and pause the video, and I want you to try number 6 by yourself. Okay, let me tell you that we'll make sure you know, because you have your chart, so you can look at your chart. All right, so we're doing milliliters to liters. So milliliters at the top, liters at the bottom. 1,000 milliliters in 1 liter. It's 355 milliliters to I don't know how many liters. Cross multiply. So 1,000x equals 355 times 1. 1,000 times something gives me 355. I don't know what it is, so I'm going to divide it, and x is going to equal so 1,000 can't go into 3, it can't go into 35, it can't go into 355, but it can go into 3,550 3 times. Bring down your 0. Subtract, bring down your 0. So 0 and, sorry, let's just subtract this to 2. Okay? All right, go ahead and pause your video. And try number 7. Okay, so they're just asking us to change feet to yards. So you look on your chart for your conversion. So there's 3 feet in 1 yard equals, there we have 1,040 feet, and I don't know how many yards that is. So I'm going to cross multiply 3x. So 3x equals 1,040 times 1. 1,040 times 1 is just 1,040. 3 times something gives me 1,040. I don't know what it is, so I'm going to divide it. Six, right? 6, 12, 18, yep. Okay, so I'll look at my answer choices and I notice that they're fractions. So my remainder, I'm going to make a fraction. So the remainder becomes the numerator, and then the 3, what you're dividing by, which was your denominator over here, stays the same. So the answer is B. And that's it. So that's basically conversions, converting between measurements with some word problems. They're not real difficult ones. Sometimes you might have to do more than one step, but just use your chart, set up your proportion, and you got this.